Hi everyone. I've been talking about talent. I uploaded this on the YouTube and I started getting a lot of replies. Somebody calls me, somebody writes, somebody sends an email wanting to know more and more about this talent. And one person says that he's so convinced that he should do something about his talent, but he's so confused what his talent is. So he wants to know how to know what is your talent. Very relevant question. Now I'm going to give you 5 ways on how you should find out your talent. See, first of all, I want you to introspect and ask yourself, what is that which you do gives you a lot of happiness? What is that you do when you do which gives you a lot of happiness? What is that you love to do without being forced? You know, when you do something, you feel so comfortable. Like for example, you may be having a talent of writing. You will love writing. Whenever you see something, you feel like writing. Right. If you have a talent of singing, right, without being forced, you will start singing. You will start from bathroom to maybe an auditorium. You will be singing. So first of all, ask yourself, what is that you do without being asked to do? That is one way of finding out what your talent is. Number 2, you can take some personality tests. As I said in a couple of episodes before, if you go to any search engine, you can ask for, let's say that you want to know out of the 8 intelligences we're talking about, the multiple intelligence, right? You can log on to the multiple intelligent instruments, and there are a lot of writers, there are a lot of people who do research on that. They will give about 50, 60 questions. You start answering, and that test report will tell you what is your intelligence, what's your base, what's your natural intelligence, all right? Or there are Myers and Briggs test, right? You can go and discuss some of your friends who are in the human resources development department. They will help you with this. And so the first one is think what is that you want to do without being forced. The second thing I said is to go through some instruments, and that will give you some indication as to what is your basic talent. The third one is consider your interest. You know, as you work in the day, as you live your life, there are certain things on which you are attracted, you are interested. Like given half an hour time and you have many things to do, what interests you? Right? When you go through the newspaper, there is an engagement column. What is that you would love to do in the evening? What is your interest? For example, a cricketer would love to watch cricket match. A tennis player would love to watch tennis being played. Right? Or if you are a singer, you would love to go and listen to a beautiful concert. So what is that your area of interest? You may not know. Perhaps you can go and ask your friends, right? And then that takes me to the 4th way of finding out your talent. Ask your friends, what is that they notice in you, right? I'm sure you will know that your people are always watching you. We are being watched right across. There is a 360 degrees, right? Your parents, your children, your friends, your acquaintances, the people whom you interact. Ask them what is that you find in me which is in which you think is my talent. They will give you, right? Sometimes you may not notice. That's why I'm giving you this idea. You can talk to your people. The 5th one is, what is that you are good at? What is that you are good at? Like for example, you may be singing, you may be playing, you may be writing, you may be painting, right? Among these 4, what is that you are good at? Normally, your talent comes out so well, your flow is so comfortable, you are good at that particular activity which is connected to the talent. So what is you are good at? Now there are many ways. Now I also wanted to go back in your life, right? 30 years, 40 years, school days, recall. If you still have the school day friends, go and talk to them. If you have the school class teacher, go and talk to him. He might tell you. I want to relate my personal experience. When I was in the school, I'm talking about more than 50 years ago, I used to be a good writer. Right? I used to participate in oratorial contests. I was so good that once I give my name in the essay contest or the oratorial contest, other students will think twice before giving their name. Successive years I used to win these prizes. But when I finished my school days, I entered the college. Now I studied in my mother tongue. When I went to the college, I had to study everything in English. So there was a big gap between my comfort zone and what was happening there. And I went into my shell because I was not comfortable with the language I was supposed to speak there. And I stopped writing. I stopped speaking. It took nearly 20 years for my friends to remind me, why don't you write, why don't you read? Even then, at that time, even when I was writing, I was tempted. Then one day I broke it and I started writing, and I am able to feel so comfortable when I write. So these 5 ways. So think about what you love most without being forced. Take personality test. 3, consider where is your interest. 4, notice people, what they talk about you. And last but not the least, notice what you are good at. Go back in your life and rediscover. This is one way to find out what your talent is. I promise I add value to your life. See you in my next episode.